Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet, ExpressRoofing.net, Cumberland Valley, National Bank, CSEP, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble Agent, Luxury Pet Services, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, May Marketing, KYmedia.net, Real Life Community Church, Time Warner Cable, and Madison County Schools.
Welcome to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
MCS TV and Madison County School Sports.com present your look at local school sports. Oh, there you go. You got time. Go right. Goes up and under. Nice.
Welcome back to Madison County School Sports Television. I'm Samantha Burford. We're here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. They are our official coaches sponsor, and we are very excited and happy to announce the new head coach of the Madison Central soccer team. Welcome, Coach Horn. Ron Horn, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
We're very excited to have you.
Awesome. Great.
Now, for those of you that don't know Coach Horn, let's give a little bit of background to your background of soccer.
Okay. Well, originally I'm from Richmond, went to Madison Central, graduated in 1984.
Not too long ago,
Not
right?
too long ago.
Yeah.
But if you follow soccer history in Madison County, I don't think soccer started until 1986 or 87. It's a couple years after I graduated high school.
Right.
So I didn't have the chance to play competitive soccer during high school, and it wasn't until I joined the Air Force that I fell in love with the game and got the opportunity to play.
That seems so late now when you compare it to how kids start at age 4 nowadays playing soccer.
Yeah, and outside of that, just going to Berea College and playing with the Berea College kids on the weekends and pick up soccer and everything. Again, the military was my first exposure, at a higher level of playing soccer, and just fell in love with the game, and then married a Hispanic lady from Columbia, and she also helped me, have a love for the game.
Right.
So it's
Did she play?
Pretty much. No, she didn't.
No, okay. But she just knew about soccer.
Yeah, knew about soccer, and it's part of their culture, and so
I was going to say she sees it every day.
And that's how we raise our family, and our kids all love the sport as well.
And you have how many children?
I have 3 children that are all grown now.
Okay, and their ages?
The last one.
Do they care if we tell their ages? You never
the last
know.
one left the home last year, joined the Air Force as well. So
following in your footsteps.
Yeah. So. Have a mother-in-law and 3 dogs to take care of now, so
you're a busy man.
I'm still busy.
So you took on this job at Madison Central Soccer. Obviously, everyone knows we lost Coach Sutherland. He took a different job, and then here you are. So we're very excited to have you. Now, from what I understand, you came from Berea College as far as their head coach.
I did. I spent 2 years at Madison Southern High School. Had 2 successful seasons there, and the opportunity came up to move to the collegiate level, and at my age and with my experience, I thought, hey, this may not come around again. So I took the opportunity to go to Berea College and coach for 5 seasons, and then got another real job, if you will, one that pays the bills. And when I got that job, I was no longer able to, commit myself full time to the Berea College position. So I resigned my position as a coach at Berea College. And to be real honest with you, when I took the new job and resigned the position at Berea, I didn't expect to be coaching anytime soon. But this job came open, and on the outside, I kind of wondered who was going to get the job, and little did I know that a month later that I'd be the one actually applying for it, and I'm happy that I did. And
it was good timing.
Really excited about the opportunity.
Well, we're excited to have you, and I know the guys are too. It seems like it's nice to have a new face, new game, I shouldn't say new game, but a new game face, I guess, really, something new. So they lost quite a few seniors last year, so let us know about your team this year.
Yeah, we lost 7 seniors last year, and with that we lost 70% of our scoring.
Yes.
So we've got a good group of 9 seniors.
Yes.
And
This year.
And 11 juniors. So we've got a really experienced team.
You do, don't you?
We've got 4 or 5 sophomores that are going to be able to step on the field and help us as well. So we're still excited, although most people will look at us and say that we lost a lot. We're really excited about the team that we've got. And
Right.
replacing, obviously, 70% of our scoring will be our biggest challenge. But
Yeah, because you lost Dylan Hornsby. He was a big scorer. And trying to think back to last season, we did several games. And so, yeah,
yeah.
you lost a lot of the front men,
Yeah.
your offense.
So we've had to make some adjustments. I've watched some film from last year's games, and then obviously, got to see the kids play up to this point. And, I've got to put my own touch on it. I've got to look at the players I've got this year without regard to what happened last year. And,
Right. Yeah, because they had a great season last year.
Right, had a great season. And with that, some of the players are having to adjust positions just a bit. Each year's a new challenge for a coach, adjusting and moving players where they would best fit, the style of play that we,
Right.
choose to play and those kinds of things. So, but I've had nothing but, support from the parents and the players, and we're really excited.
Yeah.
And we think we're going to do some good things this year.
Yeah. Well, soccer parents seem to be, they always are a wonderful group of parents. They're supportive of those young men and athletes, but I'm sure that you need more, right? There's
Oh,
always
yeah.
more help.
In any kind of organization, whether it's sports or
Yes.
anything else, the more help you get, the better.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I've tried to instill in this team specifically is that, we want to play as a team. And it's easy to say, we want to play as a team, but we've got 11 good potential starters on the field, and they're all individuals. We can beat most teams, but if we're going to beat the better teams, we're going to have to play as a team.
Right.
And so the focus has been early on is the team aspects of it, and I've even asked the parents to buy into that as well, to help me with that message that I'm trying to get across to the boys. And so it takes a village.
You're right.
And that
You're right.
includes the parents, and having a good group of boosters and parents that support the program is very important.
Well, and it seems, this group of young men, I mean, they're very athletic. This weather that you guys have to play in, I mean, it's 93 degrees outside. How do they handle that?
Well, they absolutely have to be in good shape.
That's right.
And then as a coach, we have to be careful, early in the season that we don't overdo it, that the training is appropriate for the weather and for the condition level that they come in. So, we like to encourage the players to show up, during the preseason already in shape, but you know how that
Right.
goes.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen. So, we kind of go with an acclimation period and just ease them into it and just gradually increase the
Okay.
activity levels of them and expect more of them when it comes game time as far as how many minutes they play and those
Right.
kinds of things.
Now let's get into your schedule. Madison Central and Madison Southern, both teams, every coach I've ever talked to in the Madison County school system, they never want an easy schedule. They don't do it because they want to get those men, women, student athletes prepared for tournament time. So you don't take it easy on them during regular season play. And I'm assuming you're going to do the same thing.
Coach Evan Sutherland, who I replaced, did a really good job of putting together a really challenging schedule for us, and I do appreciate that because I do value being able to see my team play against the best competition. Win or lose, you learn a lot of things about your team during those kinds of situations. So playing those tough opponents will teach us what we have to do later in the season when we play in what is probably considered the toughest region in the state.
I would agree with that,
athletically.
and I think a lot of people would agree with that.
And that goes across the board regardless of the sport. So, our number one goal is to win the region. And if we win the region, we get a trip to the state. And then obviously if we make it to the state and win that region, then we've got a good chance to win a few games at state. And so that's our main focus is to learn from each game, learn from those experiences, and at the end of the season, put all that together and do something that no Madison Central team has ever done in soccer, and that's win the region and go to the state.
Wow, wouldn't that be fantastic?
That'd be awesome.
That's a goal.
That's a goal.
That'd be fantastic, and we'll be right there with you.
Awesome.
We'll be right there with you, cheering you on and doing lots of interviews because postseason is when it gets really fun.
Yeah,
You
sure
know?
does.
Yeah, it gets a lot of fun. So with the schedule, when do you guys start your first game?
We have one final preseason game this Saturday
Okay.
at Madison Southern Soccer-Rama against Henry Clay. That won't be any easy task, as they're the team
That's not an easy preseason game.
that actually knocked us out last year in
Yeah.
the regions. But we have to weigh the fact that we also follow that up with a game just 2 days later, our first regular season game against Dunbar. And then not only do we play Dunbar, but we're going to play 2 back-to-back games on Monday and Tuesday.
That's hard.
And then we'll play a third game in 4 days on Thursday. So it's pretty much unheard of in soccer to
Yes.
play, 80 to 90-minute games
Yeah.
in this type of weather
Yes.
with, 3 good quality opponents out of 4 days. So we'll have to be real careful as coaching staff and make sure that, we're watching the boys and making sure that they're healthy while we compete.
And hydrated.
And hydrated. And
Right.
so there's going to be lots of, players get an opportunity these first 3 games to
Right.
show coach what they can do in a game-like situation. And we'll see what we can do.
Right, and I'm hoping with you mentioned your numbers, having a lot of seniors this year and a lot of juniors. Seems like you're going to have a deep team.
Yeah,
So you
we
can-
should have a deep team. I like to play a lot of players. That's the advantage of playing high school soccer, unlike, college or at the national level where you
Right.
don't get the sub players or you only get limited subs. I have unlimited subs in
Right.
high school, so I can pretty much coach it like a basketball game if I will. I could, call players off, coach them on the sideline, give them a break, and then put them back in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So it's a very good tool for a coach at this level to help train the player and build them.
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people realize how many miles during a game they actually run.
Yeah,
It's a lot. I think I remember asking some of the young men last year, and I mean, it's incredible in a week how many miles they'll run on a soccer field back and forth.
yeah, and I've seen that higher levels of play. Of course, they play 90-minute games, and the field is just a little bit bigger and wider. But there's some estimates of 5 to 6 miles a game they run continuously.
Incredible.
So
I don't even like the sound of that.
yeah, I know it's not as fun as it used to be.
No, especially when you get older. The knees they don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So your schedule is tough, and how, just so people are educated about it, how long does your season last? It lasts a pretty long time.
Yeah, it'll last until the first week of October.
All right.
And the first week of October, we'll be starting districts, first or second week.
Yeah, so that's a lot of games.
So we'll play, I think our schedule, we're allowed to play 21 games. We'll play 20 games in that time period, and then we'll start districts. And in order to win the districts, reasonably expect to have to win 2 games to win district, and then you start region play, and that's the knockout rounds. If you lose in the regions,
Right.
you're out. So
Right. Sounds good. All right, Coach, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some of the players. All
Okay.
right? All right,
Sounds
we'll
good.
be right back right after this message.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet, ExpressRoofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank, CSEP, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble Agent, Luxury Pet Services, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, May Marketing, KYmedia.net, Real Life Community Church, Time Warner Cable, and Madison County Schools.
Welcome back to Madison County. I messed up again. Ready?
3, 2.
Welcome back to MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. I'm Samantha Burford, here with the head coach of Madison Central boys soccer team, Ron Horn. Again, congratulations and thank you for being on our show. We're really excited. Not only is it, most people know it is fall's football season, but fall is also guys soccer, men's soccer, and we're really excited about it. You guys have got a great team this year, Coach.
Yes, ma'am. It's also known as football as well in
Well,
other countries.
that is
So,
true. And that's
pronounced
that's
just
got a
a little
little
bit
accent
different.
to it, I guess,
Yeah,
doesn't it? If
football.
football. But we'll just call it American soccer.
There you go. And that's fine. There's some commercials out about that.
Yes.
We're going to rename it and claim it as our own.
Yeah.
It's soccer.
There you go.
But yeah, we're really excited about it, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to be here.
Well, I think the school is excited to have you too. I know these guys are really excited, and you've got, like we've discussed earlier, you got a really deep team, you got a difficult schedule, and you need some sponsors to help take care of this team.
Absolutely. We have first 7 out of 10 road games are on the road. We like to feed the players before we, go on the road trips, because if they don't eat lunch at school, which most kids don't sometimes, or don't eat very much.
You would think grown boys would, but if they don't like what they're serving that day,
right.
They
And
may not.
Not only do they need to eat before they play a game, it might be 11 o'clock before we get home, 11 or 12, before they get to eat again. So we've been looking for sponsors to help us with, providing the team meals and stuff
Right.
like that before away games especially, but even home
Right.
games if we could.
right? And I know a lot of people are a little hesitant to say, yeah, I'm just going to give them money. A lot of people don't like to do that because they don't always know where their money's going. But I think people and sponsors are a little more, it's acceptable, I want to say, because they know that they're feeding the team.
Absolutely.
This money is going for food. This money is going to be in their bellies to help them
That's
play
right.
soccer,
Yeah.
So I think
good
it's
point.
a little easier for them.
Yep, it always is good when you can see where the money's going and know
Right.
how it's going to be spent.
Right.
So if we had somebody that would be willing to sponsor us in that way, that would be a good thing.
So all the restaurants, we need all the restaurants.
There you go.
I mean, you've got lots of chicken places, steak places, spaghetti places. I'm sure these men need carbs.
That's right. Carb load and get ready to go play.
That's right. So we mentioned your schedule is not easy.
Correct.
Your first game, let's tell everybody when that is again.
That's going to be on Monday versus Dunbar in Lexington.
And so you've got your first 7 what'd you say? First 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 will be away games.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yep, and our first home
That'll
game
help
is...
your field, though.
Yeah, it'll help the
Yeah.
field have a few more weeks to mature and grow since we've resurfaced it
Right.
and seeded it. So that'll give us a little bit more chance to have it grow.
Right.
But our first home game is Tuesday, August 23rd against Lexington Catholic, and we'd love to have a good crowd
Yeah.
and have them out there to support us beat another one of those Lexington schools.
You keep naming off all these Lexington schools. So, yeah, that is your district. I mean, that's who you got to play.
That's correct.
That's right.
Like I said, toughest region probably in the state, and we want to see what we got, so we're going
Right.
to play the best.
So let's talk about your talent. Let's talk about the leadership of your team.
Well, leadership is one of the things that I've tried to focus on, as I mentioned earlier. We're talking about the team aspect, but we're also looking for leaders, and sometimes young people, they know what you mean when you say leader. They think, oh, that means I'm going to be the captain and I'm going to do what the coach says, but sometimes it's being a good example to the younger players. And it does mean doing what the coach says, but it also means that you are going to do what's right even when no one's looking. And if I can hold you accountable and you can be accountable for your actions, then the other players will fall in line and do the same thing. And with that in mind, I think we've got 2 great senior leaders in Luke Powell and Peyton Netherton. They're going to be our senior captains this year, and I think they'll do a great job.
And I think we've heard those names many times before.
Probably
Even they
have.
stepped up to the post, even last season. So
That's right.
I think they're going to lead you to hopefully a regional title.
There you go. That's what we're.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood, do it, whatever we need to do. But yeah, I mean, I think those 2 young men are very fine young men. And what I admire most about your program and all of Madison County sports programs is that you guys not only want them to excel in soccer, but you expect so much more from them off the field as well.
Absolutely. Coaching at the collegiate level the last 5 seasons, it takes a mature person, a mature young adult, to go to college and take a full load of classes and be responsible for potentially working and making extra
Yes.
money, and then also trying to play a sport as well. And there's lots of responsibility. And so what I'm again asking the parents to help me with is help me teach them responsibility, so that when they leave soccer. When they leave Madison Central, they're going to be a more well-rounded young adult and
Right.
be able to handle those situations without mom's help or coach's help and those kinds of
Right.
things.
I think that's fantastic because, when they get into college, they got to get up on their own now, don't they?
That's right.
If they get sick, they got to call their own doctor at school
That's
and
right.
make their own appointment.
They have to communicate, and that's what I've been telling this team is communication is critical. And
Especially on the field.
Yeah, especially on the field. Thank you very much. The boys have heard that the last couple of weeks. Is communication is key. Sometimes they kind of think it's going to happen by osmosis, but
Yeah, they got to talk to each
They have
other.
to verbally talk, and to be honest with you, when you verbally talk, the other team realizes that you're at a different level than them when you can communicate out loud and coach each other on the field and those kinds of things. So we're looking to step up the leadership, and like I said, those two guys, and there's many good candidates to be the team captains, but those two were the ones selected by the coaches and their teammates, and they're both great choices. But like I tell the boys, is leadership is demonstrated, and every one of you can demonstrate leadership by being a great follower, first of all, and doing what's asked of you, but setting the example for each other and holding yourself accountable.
I agree. I think that's fantastic. You mentioned your coaches. Let's talk about your assistant coaches.
Well, I have Jonathan Tate, who's been with the program for a few years now. He's back as an assistant, and he's the head JV coach. And then I actually brought my assistant at Berea College
Okay.
with me, Pablo Fernandez. He is a keeper coach, so probably for the first time in a while, Central has a coach that is specifically trained
Right.
and experienced at training our keepers. And so we think that's going to be an added touch. That's so important for me as the head coach that I have someone that can take the keepers aside and work specifically on their skills. They're
Right.
so unique compared to the other positions on the field, and so
Right.
it's very important. So I think you'll see our level of play in the keeper area get better as well.
Right.
And
That's
Pablo
fantastic.
is a great coach, and he'll help us on the bench as well
Yeah.
with lots of other things. And,
Was that his position, or what made him decide, okay, this is my specialty and this is what he just loves it?
That's his position.
Yeah.
Originally from Mexico, he played the position. He's actually played some professional soccer as well, so he has some good experience to go
It's fantastic.
along with his coaching. So that's always good when the boys look up to the coach and understand that
Absolutely.
they've played and they're not just talking about it, they know.
They know this man has done it, and
Right.
he's good at it.
That's
and
right.
what he's telling me, I need to follow.
That's correct.
If I want to be as good as him.
That's correct.
Leadership. Setting by
Leadership.
example.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, before we end the show, I always give all of our coaches the last word. Anything that you want to say to our audience?
Oh, well, thank you for the opportunity, Madison Central, and I really look forward to being the coach of the team, and I think you're going to see great things from these boys, and we'd like for all the fans of Madison Central Sports to come out and cheers on this year. I think you'll be happy with what you see.
Well, Coach, congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
Much success. We will be at the games,
Awesome.
and we'll be cheering you on, and then look for me coming down at halftime to get some
Okay.
interviews from
Great.
you. All right?
Great.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and until the next show, for Coach Horn, and I'm Samantha Burford. Thanks for watching.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Jack Burford Chevrolet, ExpressRoofing.net, Cumberland Valley National Bank, CSEP, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble Agent, Luxury Pet Services, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, May Marketing, KYMedia.net, Real Life Community Church, Time Warner Cable, and Madison County Schools.